Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Marvel Legends figure review. This time I got the Puff Adder Build-A-Figure Ultimate Captain America. Figure usually retails for $24.99, but lately has been on sale in a couple different places, whether that be Amazon, Hasbro Pulse, etc. I actually got mine as a Christmas present. Thanks, Mom. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box first. Now, a lot of people don't really like these closed boxes. I think they could do a lot worse with these. You got the artwork on the side there. On this side, you got the Puff Adder Build-A-Figure assortment, I guess, the other figures in the wave, as well as the accessories on the back here. There's the bottom there. It says plastic-free packaging. And then the top just has an Avengers logo. Pretty standard box. It will be getting thrown away. First accessory, let's look at that Build-A-Figure piece for Puff Adder. I probably won't be finishing this Build-A-Figure, but, it's a nice extra head, I guess. In the bin it goes. Not the trash bin, of course. Captain America comes with an alternate angry expression, like that. Good amount of detailing on the side of the head there. Paintwork could be a little bit better. It's a little sloppy, but it's... This thing is too round. It doesn't want to stay in my fingers. There you go. It's okay. Hands-wise, he comes with two fisted hands. One for each side. He comes with an open hand on his left hand, and on his right, he comes with a pinky trigger finger holding hand. Yeah, for some reason they made his pinky separate, but not his, index finger. I might cut that if I give him a gun, but I might not. Last accessory he comes with, beyond his shield, as you can see here. It's kind of a weird color. It's like almost a champagne burgundy. Last accessory is his just standard face, which, looks good. This is probably how I will display him. Nothing wrong with the angry one, but, there you go. The figure itself, they did a great job. When I saw the promo images of this guy, I was like, I want this. Like, give me this, please. And, yeah, this doesn't disappoint. The only major issues I have with this figure, beyond any quality control issues, is that he doesn't have an ab crunch here. It's just a swivel. A very tight swivel, might I add. And he doesn't have butterfly joints. Not to say that he needs them, but I would appreciate more butterfly joints in my Marvel Legends figures. Kind of sad how few have them. The color scheme I like. It is apparently incorrect from the source material, but I don't really think that's that big of a deal. On camera, it looks a little bit brighter. It is a bit darker in person, though, which I actually prefer. It has just like the slightest touch of like a purple to it, like very, very slight purple to the blue. But it's a nice rich blue. The red's a good color too. It's a bit darker of a Captain America, and not just in the colors on his suit, but the particular storyline. I haven't read much, if any, of the Ultimate comics, but I have read a few, and this guy's like an antiquated 40 or not 40, 4Ds type of person. Like they play it up a little too much. He's kind of like slightly racist. I don't know, but I'm just here for the figure. I'm not here to comment anymore on the comic books. There are some paint issues, as you can see on the sides here. Some of the white is peeking through. Also, there's a couple paint chips on my figure there, one there, and I think, yeah, on the head there's a little bit of overspray of the beige, or the skin tone, rather. They don't really detract from the figure. If anything, I just think of it as battle damage. My biggest issue with this guy is his ankles. They're very loose, as you can see. I'm just moving him by his ankles. So I'm probably going to put him on a stand, or like maybe even tape his ankles together so that they don't move nearly as much, so that there's some friction. Anyway, articulation's great on this guy too. He can look up very high. He can look down pretty low. And of course you got the swivel. Not a lot of pivot, but that's fine. I don't really need to pivot. Arms are good here. Good twist. That twists too. The elbows are pinless as well as the knees. They are a bit tight though, especially the lower joint on this side. Not sure why that is. Of course, you got the standard hand articulation. I'm not going to go into that. So crunching forward, that's about as much as you're going to get. Crunching backward, that's as much as you're going to get. So you probably want to customize this guy, Dremel out a little hole, or Dremel around the rim, rather, so that he can get a bit more articulation, because this guy could really use it, at least up in this region. Legs, they're your standard fare. You got your thighs, you got you got your knees, which again are kind of tight, and you do have a boot swivel as well as the ankle pivot and hinge. So articulation's pretty good. Back of the figure, they actually put the hole for the shield at the bottom of the star, so it doesn't look nearly as weird when you're, having him posed from the back. And yes, this just sticks in here. If I can, it is a little tight, so just be careful. I will say there is a bit of a QC issue on my shield. Not all of the points of the star are all the same size, so trying to get it to where it looks right is not as easy. Like here, you can really see that is not even. I think that's probably the best bet for my particular shield. Also, there is a little bit of a flashing artifact left over from when they took it off the mold. Kind of sucks, but it's not really that noticeable. Alright, so, yeah, I like this figure. It's pretty good. But let's see how he looks next to some other figures. And hopefully he stands up for the rest of this review. Because, he, like I said, he tends to fall over quite a bit. Alright. Almost messed up my light there. He stands at about 6.5 inches tall. I don't think, did the back of the box say how tall he was? No, it did not. So yeah, about 6.5 inches tall, if he would stand up properly. This dude's ankles just do not work. They do not function like they should. Let's see if I can... Hopefully he'll stay standing like that. Now let's bring in some other Hasbro lines. We got G.I. Joe Classified Tiger Force Outback. A lot of people like to kit bash the rubber parts here onto this Captain America, and if I do find another Tiger Force Outback in the wild at like a Ross, because they have been showing up there, I might do that as well. Because the browns match pretty well on his belt as well as his harness and other bits and bobs here. Next up, here's Marvel Legends Tobey Maguire, or rather Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Next up, we got the Lightning Collection Dino Thunder Black. If I can get him to stand there, good. And then let's bring in the 7-inch lines. So we have Nightfall Batman from McFarlane DC Multiverse. He also has trouble standing. Let me see if I can fix his foot. There we go. Next up, we have the Jazzwares Spartan Yoroi from the Halo Spartan Collection, who scales a little bit on the taller side. Next up, AEW Unrivaled Target exclusive Samoa Joe. And lastly, for the other figures, we have John Cena from Mattel WWE Elite 100. Alright, so, he looks good next to these other figures. He scales really well with the G.I. Joes. If I wasn't putting him with my other Avengers members, I would put him next to the G.I. Joes, because he kind of just fits, like he's just a big dude, and he doesn't look out of place with them. Alright, let's get these figures out of the way here, and we'll see how he looks next to some other Marvel Legends comic figures. Alright, so starting off, we have Hawkeye, who was the first second Avenger member I got. The first was actually Extremis Iron Man, who's also from the Puff Adder Build-A-Figure wave. Lastly, I have the Controller Herald of Galactus Thor. I still need a Hulk and I still need a Black Widow, but I really like how these four look next to each other. The texturing that they each have, as well as the colors, really work well off of each other. I for my Avengers, I kind of just want the movie six from the first movie. But I might throw in an Ant Man or a Falcon, but I'd be happy with just these five, or rather, just these six. Once I get a Hulk that I like, and the Target exclusive Black Widow, if I can find her for a good price. She doesn't go for too much on eBay, but I have issues with the United States Postal Service actually delivering my package, so I'd rather just not take the risk. And you know what? Since we're here, I'm gonna throw in Japanese Spider-Man, cause I don't know, he kind of works here. Not really, but he kind of works. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Ultimate Captain America video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. I do have an eBay store. Check the description below. And as always, peace.